Hello everyone, welcome to another Awakening Beauty Contemplation. As always, before we start, I would like to invite you to grab one of your favorite drinks, tea. In this case, I have a Turkish tea, or coffee, or a glass of water. And join me for a deep contemplation about deep casting. This might be a new terminology for some. I think it was a new terminology for me till a couple of months ago. It means the opposite of broadcasting. Instead of going broad and wide, and most of the time shallow, how can we go deep, connect to our roots, connect to our inner presence, and from there, extend an invitation to others for us to meet there in that space of coexistence. This concept emerged as a part of a communal exploration I was a member of a couple months ago. It was a service space offering Laddership pod. In this Laddership pod for 21 days, we have explored different dimensions of redefining leadership in a way that positions the leader within the context of laddership, helping people to find their own inner teacher wisdom. And in that context, the role of the leader is to set the conditions for natural emergence to happen. And each day we unpacked a different paradigm and we try to redefine it in a way that's more heart-centered, in a way that is more communal, aligned with more of the values that we would like to create and see more in the world as leaders. And this was one of the contemplation topics. And it invited us to change our definitions from virality to vitality, especially in social media. This is such a big contemplation and conversation in the world of algorithms. If you're a creator, if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, you are always trying to go big, create something viral enough to give you enough exposure. You see lots of strategies, marketing, advertising, tips and tricks and tactics. Here is how to go viral, top 10 strategies to go viral. But what if we are chasing the wrong things? What does going viral mean? Going viral means like a virus, spreading quickly. So your content can reach to thousands of people, millions of people. And that's actually what the content creation platforms are optimizing for, especially the social media platforms like Instagram. They usually go for quick content that you can just scroll through. And those are like shallow connections. You can consume a lot, but at the end of the consumption, do you really feel a lot? Can you connect with that 1 minute? What can you reveal as a content creator, as a leader? It's so limited. To be honest, this is one of the reasons that I love YouTube. This is one of the reasons that I am a YouTube creator, because I would like to go deep. I'm not interested in viral content, creating something in a minute just to entertain people. I am interested in establishing deep roots, getting into meaningful conversations, getting into deeper connection points. Even if we are not sitting in the same room facing each other, I think these type of deep contemplations, if we can allow enough space for them to happen in us, can help us to connect to a deep wisdom that is in all of us. And through that connection, we can feel each other more, even through digital spaces. To me, this is deep casting. Each time when I show up here, I show up authentically. I try my best each time to bring all of myself, as if you're just standing next to me, and I am going deeper into my own roots whenever I am bringing a topic, a contemplation onto the space. And my intention is to ground myself in the space, in the content, in the contemplation deep enough that you can feel it, although it's a digital transmission. This is vitality. Vitality, at least to me, means what is alive, what is vital, what is still vibrating authentically in you. And this is one way that I'm experimenting, showing up authentically in a deep form with deep contemplations, with deep questions here on my YouTube channel. But this is only one expression of the vitality that I am bringing in and around me. What are some of the ways that you can bring more vitality into your life? As you might know, I like triples, and I see life as an interplay of three different spheres of ourselves. The first one is, of course, in which we ground ourselves, the self. The second is the social context. And the third one is the service context, in which we offer our gifts in the form of work, in the form of our offerings. And I think we can do this contemplation for each sphere in our personal self instead of chasing virality, popularity, doing so many things, ticking the to-do list. What if we choose to go deep? What if we open space for inner contemplations, inner presence, for establishing roots in us, deep roots, so we feel grounded in whatever we do, regardless of how many things we do. So it's not only about the number of things that we achieve in a particular day, it's our presence, our being. It's not about always doing. Can you also be? Can you open space for your being in your self space every day? And from that presence, can you be the example for others to feel the vitality that is possible? Within the context of social relationships, it's again, we're so much used to chasing numbers, organizing so many different activities, and some of those activities might be also shallow in their context. We might be juggling 10 things at the same time and assuming that we are showing up for our friends while also taking a call or just doing another side thing on the side. But are we really? Is that really a social, vital connection that we are bringing all of ourselves? At least in my world, I see so much absence. Yeah, I see people around me, but are they really there? Are they really connecting with me? Not necessarily. So this might be another sphere that we bring more depth, more vitality when we show up for our social networks. How can we first ground ourselves in our own presence and co-create activities in a way that really honors that depth in each of us? Can we focus more on the quality of the connection? Not only the number of times that we give someone a call, but how deeply are you listening to that person? Not only to what they are saying, but to what they are feeling. At times, what they are not saying. And at times, can you just sit with that person in the depth of the silence? Sometimes that's deepest connection. Deepcasting in silence. Oh, I was looking into my notes from my notebooks. An interesting synchronicity once again. Just yesterday, I underlined another note that looked into silence, and when you do a wordplay, it also can turn into listen. So in the silence, we listen to each other. Isn't it beautiful? It's such an amazing invitation. In the silence, we can listen to each other more. Or of course, in the social context, especially if you are a leader, entrepreneur, or space holder in different shape or form, how can you create communities in which there is vitality? How can you design systems in a way to bring more vitality? So in that sense, what is important is not how many people showed up, but how many people are truly bringing themselves into that space. How safe is that space? How diverse is that space in terms of people finding different parts of themselves in it? How balanced is that space in terms of doing and being at the same time? How deeply are we listening in that space? And to me, these are the right questions to ask in this world where we are chasing numbers, algorithms, and defining success in shallow, wide terms. We need to compensate it consciously with the depth we need in all of the spheres of our life, in the personal space, in the social space, in the service spaces. And one personal trick that I am integrating more into my life is really doing a simple test before I enter into any kind of activity, any kind of presence in my life, in my social context. I do a check-in. Where am I? Am I grounded in my own depth? What is my intention that I would like to bring into the space? Can I fully be alive and bring that aliveness, vitality into whatever is emerging in that particular moment? Can this be the measurement of success? What if we replace virality with vitality and care about the depth, sincerity, integrity of the connections, of the experiences that really brings all of ourselves into this world, invite us more to be ourselves. Vitality. One of my friends said that even the word is really so precious. Like when you say vitality, you just feel alive. Isn't it so true? I just feel so alive. This might be another personal trick. Whenever you feel like you need a little bit more depth in your life, more feeling of aliveness, for passion, just say vitality. Invite more vitality into your personal space, into the spaces of your social connections and your service. Can this world be a more beautiful space if we deeply connect to each other, bringing all of ourselves, bringing all of our vitality as humanity together? With that, I think we can conclude another beautiful contemplation. As always, thank you for joining me. Thank you for bringing your attention into the space and co-creating this journey with me. As always, I would like to thank you for awakening the inner beauty first and expressing more of it out in our beautiful world. Till next time, stay beautiful.